call the meeting to order and a moment of silent prayer. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Roll call, Mrs. Frank.
Mayor Kendall,
Present.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Present.
Councilman Jenny.
Here.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Here.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Williams.
Present.
Councilman Tucson.
Here.
Acting City Manager Szymanski.
Here.
City Attorney Diwali.
Here.
All right. I need a motion for the approval of the minutes.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I will offer the motion to accept, receive, and file the minutes of the regular city council meeting held November 20th, 2023.
Support.
All right. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Public comment on agenda items only. You have a moment. If there's something on the agenda that you wish to speak of, you have a moment to come to the podium now to speak. Okay. I need a resolution for the consent agenda.
Madam Mayor, offer the resolution to approve consent agenda items 1 through 6.
Support.
Any discussion?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
a few things interested me from our accounts payable listing. And so I want to ask the acting city manager if he could give us some insight on our page 12, which is the third page, I believe, of the check register. Number 128863, metal for salt structure. I was pretty excited to see that we might be creating some sort of a salt structure in DPW. So I wanted to ask the city manager if that's what that's all about.
Okay, what was that number?
It was number 128863.
128863 Suburban Bolt?
No, Metal March USA. 128863.
It's salt.
Metal for salt.
One, two,
Oh, yeah.
eight, one,
Okay.
eight.
Oh,
I see.
Heather, would you care to say a few words? Yeah.
Good evening.
Good
You
evening.
notice a couple of them say salt structure. We were making a temporary salt structure on the wall, the DPW, before we decide on a permanent structure. So this is just metal for the sides that will drape a tarp or attach a tarp to kind of save our salt for this season.
I'm glad to hear about it. I think that it's long overdue. So great.
Thank you.
I also wanted to ask about number 128866, because there seems to be a discrepancy between the vendor name and the description, where it says, let me find it, Firemen's Michigan State Firemen's Association or Firearms Association. It could be firemen with firearms.
Okay, that is a typo there. That's a typo there.
And do you know which one it actually refers to?
I will have to look at, our accounts payable detail here. It's $75, so it's a membership.
Minor amount, but
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
curious. And then finally, a couple down from that, is an abbreviation that I'm not familiar with, also for membership, NTOA. Do you have any clue what that could be?
We should work in.
Some of these things,
Yeah, I'll
they're,
yeah, these are all acronyms here.
Okay.
I will definitely get their long names
All right, because a lot of times, things are described a little more clearly, and I just thought I'd ask about those. Thank you.
Yes, not a problem.
All right, is there any further discussion? Okay, roll call vote, Ms. Frank.
Councilwoman Constantino.
Yes.
Councilman Jenny.
Yes.
Councilwoman LaFrasse.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Kendall.
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes.
All right, takes us to old business, and since we had no old business, we go straight to new business and city manager's report.
Okay, item G1, public hearing, proposed lot split, 19550 and 19554 Kelly Road. Mayor and council, at your last meeting, a public hearing was scheduled to hear public comment and input on the proposed lot split request from Kelly and Woodside LLC at 19550-19554 Kelly Road. The zoning ordinance requires a recommendation from the planning commission followed by a public hearing of the city council for their final determination. As such, it is recommended that we hold a public hearing in order to hear public comment on this request. The only requirements on this item are to open and close the public hearing. Mayor, a motion is recommended.
Okay, I need a motion to open this public hearing.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll open the public hearing and propose lot split at 19950 and 19554 Kelly Road.
Support.
Okay. Public hearing is now open. John. I need to open it up.
Hello, how you doing, Phil? My name is Mike Davish. I'm the person who is proposing the lot split. And basically what we're trying to do here is the building was built in the 1950s and it needs a lot of updating and it doesn't meet the proper city code. As of now, you guys are requiring one car parking per 200 square foot. The building right now is about 5,000 square foot. And that would require 25 parking spots between off-site and on-site parking. And what we're doing is we want to update the building and do this lot split to where we can update one of the sides. I'm sure you guys have all gotten plans for what we're trying to do. And what this is going to do for the city is our taxes there are about, because the city always wants to see what the benefits would be. And I'll explain them to you. The taxes right now are about $12,000. When we invest our $600,000 into this project, the taxes are going to go up to about $36,000 a year. So that's a gain of about $24,000 that the city's going to gain from us doing this development. Second of all, we're going to be able to landscape the parcel that we're demolishing to where we can put a nice screening and landscaping along Woodside Road. Third of all, we've done a study, not a specific study, but on the site. And our study determined that most of the cars that are taken off-site parking on Woodside do one of three things. The first thing is they go gunning down Woodside and create a lot of traffic down the street because they want to turn around. The second thing that all the cars do that they come down Woodside is they pull into the alley and they back out and they go back out towards Kelly Road. The third thing is, which is the stupidest thing I've seen, is they do U-turns. They'll do a U-turn right on Woodside. So what we're trying to create is when we demolish the one side of the building, we're going to create, if the public or anybody wants to use it, of course we're going to be using it, it's going to create a safer turnaround for people that go down Woodside. Instead of people running down Woodside, children playing, they can simply turn into the driveway that we have and then turn back around. And that's basically what we're trying to do. Also, when you try to do a development like this, and we've done many developments like this, is we're from the area. We know the area. We've owned this building for 8 years now. I'm at the building constantly, a few times a month. I'm not there every single day. What happens when I do a development like this, it's kind of like when you drive down and see a bright, nice, beautiful house. And then you go a few houses over and you'll see another beautiful house and another beautiful house. So first day someone starts developing Kelly Road in the way I'm gonna develop it, possibly other people will follow, and that'd be a gain for the city. As of now, the way Kelly Road is structured, it needs heavy development. I bet you nobody's done a $600,000 development on Kelly Road in 2 decades. So I'm here offering something nice for the city. And I know that the planning commission wasn't all for it, but I've got plenty of experience in this. No disrespect to McKenna and the company that you guys hire outside the area, but I'm sure if you guys have talked to Jim or Greg, which are the city that work in the city, that are on the city streets every single day, they like this proposal and they like what I'm doing. And that's about it.
Mhm. Is there anyone else who wants? I would like our planners to come and have an opportunity to speak to, become.
Want me to sit back down?
Oh, yeah, yeah. After you finish, I mean, just take a seat back. This is an open forum right now.
Okay.
My name is Tom Sheridan. I've been country club on Harper Woods for over 40 years. But the gentleman had stated that the property would be split. The building commission specifically pulled that out because of the variance in the size of the lots and stuff like that. He would still own the lots and still connect. He'd be 1,000 feet short of 1,000 feet to the first. There's apparently a daycare center there.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're just trying to do this to pull something quick. You know what I mean? Another concern I have going forward to all the other dispensaries that may or may not come into the city is, speaking of the traffic, exactly that, what he talked about, the traffic coming down the side streets. We are still a neighborhood. We still like to be a neighborhood. We don't need extra traffic up and down the road with parking, everything like that, no matter where the location may be. So I wish you would consider that too. Okay, thank you.
Mhm, thank you. And is there anyone else to speak before we bring up our planners?
Hi, my name is Thomas. I'm from 19550 Kelly Road. So basically what we got going on is we're just trying to do like a very simple lot split. This has been done several times. If you look up and down Kelly Road, you'll see several lots, several buildings, just like our building. Right now it's a 2-unit building with 1 parcel. We want to make it each unit to have their own parcel. So this is not unprecedented. This happens all the time. And, I think you guys should really move forward on this lot split because this is routine. So we're not trying to pull anything fast or anything like that. It's this is simple business. So that's all I want to say. No, thank you guys.
It's simply business. It's not that we're thinking that you're trying to pull anything fast. So I think we should take that out your equation at the very beginning because this is just proper procedure, the way the city does business.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
I appreciate it.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
there was a comment that I was sent from a concerned citizen who could not be here tonight. Can I read her comments into the record?
Sure. Give Bridget a moment to speak.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. So tonight I'm here on the lot split for 19550 Kelly. And this is this building currently, this lot is 50 feet frontage along Kelly. And they're proposing to split the parcel to be 26 feet and 80 feet deep, and then 23.75 feet by 80 feet deep. And Planning Commission recommended denial of this lot split for a number of reasons. And I'm going to talk about 3 this evening. The first is the dimensions in which they're proposing. So reducing the amount of frontage along Kelly. And this does not comply. While we do not have stipulations at the local level, we then look to the state level on what the requirements are and what the considerations should be for lot splits. And this would not comply with the 4-to-1 rule under the Michigan Land Division Act. which requires that land divisions on parcels less than 10 acres will not result in a depth that is 4 times more than the width. There are a number of reasons for why this is the standard, but in this case, it would be, again, to maintain that store frontage along Kelly, for it to be more walkable store frontage, and again, to allow for greater business space so that you're not having just like pocket sleeves as well. And the reason is for site circulation, which brings me to my second reason of site circulation. So this lot split would cut off connection to, on the proposal, we show parcel A and parcel B. By splitting this lot, parcel A would then no longer have vehicle access from the road. It would only have access from the alleyway, which is not conducive to allowing for off-street parking. It essentially, parcel A becomes dependent on continued vehicle access through parcel B from Woodside Street. So this causes a lot of concerns for the potential usage and ability for cars to park in the long term. And then the third reason is that, you know, we just went through the process of updating our master plan and creating visions for Kelly Road. And again, reducing the store frontage along Kelly and also even widening curb cut, which is what's proposed here, would not does it align with the master plan, but it also creates concerns for pedestrian safety. And then the fourth reason that we have concerns for this proposed lot split, and what the applicant failed to mention, is that the reason that this lot split is being requested is that it currently does not, it's buffered out by the protected uses. It is within the required 1,000 feet from a daycare facility, which is what brought this lot split up. However, and so the idea is that by creating this lot split, then the building, which would be potentially a recreational marijuana facility, would be greater than 1,000 feet from the daycare. However, there's also off-street parking that is required with these recreational marijuana facilities. And one of the stipulation, which is clearly stated within our marijuana ordinance, says that all maneuvering areas, stacking lanes, and exit aprons, which means curb cuts, so your entry and exit from your streets, shall be located on the parcel containing the marijuana establishment. And so this would, again, it would not be a qualified project then, which was, again, the reasoning for requesting this lot split. And so even putting the recreational marijuana application aside, because this lot split does not guarantee them that, again, this is a lot split that, again, any proposal, we give it great consideration, not only for its impacts on the present day, but also impacts for the future. And this would not be conducive to the Kelly Road that we are trying to build in the Kelly business corridor, that's more pedestrian oriented and actually has better traffic flow. So for those reasons, Planning Commission recommended denial. Yes, but that can't be
Is
answered.
there
Any questions?
anyone want to ask any questions of Bridget?
Yeah, gentlemen, will they have an opportunity to resubmit their application then if they don't use the lot split, or?
The application for the recreational marijuana or
Yeah.
for a different use?
For the recreational marijuana?
So the recreational marijuana application period has already opened. They did submit an application, but again, it would be contingent upon a lot split because so there's a couple of reasons. So currently they're buffered out by the child care facility, which they're 1,000 feet within the child care facility. And then, which is why they're requesting the lot split. But second of all, based on our recreational marijuana ordinance, there is a order in which applicants will be considered. And so they are also buffered out by a potential recreational facility that is being considered. So even if this lot split was to go through, they would currently not be considered at the moment. They might be eligible for future uses because they would be outside of the 1,000 feet from the Wayne Metro daycare, but yeah, they are not currently being considered as a finalist.
Madam Mayor?
Is there any? Yeah.
Madam Mayor? Okay, I think I heard you say right in the beginning that one of the reasons was because not even about our ordinances that doesn't comply with the Michigan Land Division Act,
That's,
and that's on the state level.
that's correct.
Are there any further discussion?
Yeah, this concerns me in that, the frontage is gonna go down to less than 25 feet. You can only fit one car there. It's just impossible to have a safe parking situation, with this small amount of frontage. And the fact that it doesn't comply with at least 4 different things concerns me. That just this location is just probably not the best location. And this, this lot split probably wouldn't work regardless of the facility, whether it was marijuana or not. It still wouldn't work because you wouldn't have any way to get into the parking area. You really need both of the lots together to be in one lot to make it sufficient.
That's correct, yes.
Is there any further discussion? Anyone? Okay, is there any other public comments?
Madam Mayor,
Yeah.
may I read this letter into a?
Yes.
This letter was sent to me from a resident, Sue Ewell, who lives on Woodside. She said the proposed split and subsequent business will be at the corner of her street. I'll just read it verbatim. Let me start by saying I have no objections to the proposed business. I understand the reasons behind council adopting the marijuana ordinance. I've spoken with a couple of our police officers who indicate they have no objections to marijuana businesses coming into the community. My concern about this proposed split in business location has to do with parking and traffic. That particular corner has traffic issues as is. There are no delineated parking spaces on Woodside, so there is already parallel parking, angle parking, and double parking happening regularly. In addition, the lot behind the subway has no delineated parking, so that lot is also usually a mess. I can't tell you the number of times I've had to literally stop on Kelly and wait for traffic to pull out from Woodside because there is simply no way to turn down my street because of the haphazard parking and oncoming traffic. I respectfully request that you develop a plan to deal with parking and traffic flow if council intends to approve the split. At the very least, the city or the new businesses must clearly mark where parking should be and paint lines on north and south sides of Woodside. And that once again speaks to the issue. And I know for myself that I have seen cars racing down Woodside Street, and we have a school on Beaconsfield, so it's only a couple of short blocks down to where this facility might be located, and cars that are causing the greatest, stress, of course, to pedestrian safety.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak, in the public hearing?
I don't know what plans everybody's looking at, because the way I've designed this building is I've designed it to where it's gonna conform with your master plan and what the city's trying to do. I created one parking spot per 200 square foot, as the ordinance says. There's 8 parking spots in the rear of the building. I've done my studies to where, yeah, people are racing down Woodside. People are parking double and triple parking. I'm not doing this to make it worse. I'm doing this because I did my study, I did my research, and I know what I'm doing here. You're bringing somebody like the young lady that was up here that said we have no parking, to where I'm making this property conforming. Okay, she said there isn't enough parking, there isn't this and that. I don't even want to bring up the marijuana part of all this, but what I'm trying to do this for is for traffic to circulate properly, for people not to go racing down Woodside Road. I know what I've done here. Now, the state, at the state level, that's not a law. That's just a suggestion on what they want to do. That's no written law. People split properties all the time. I'm giving you guys a gift here. I'm actually, just as the lady said, people are going down Woodside. I'm creating a turnaround, and I'm not taking nothing away from anything. I do have entrance through Woodside into my property. We don't need to use the alley. And we do have 7 or 8 parking, I think it's 8 parking spots. If you do look at the plans, we don't even require any off-site parking. As far as the master plan for the city, I'm sorry to say this, but you guys have missed it because that should have been done at the East Line Ball Center. Because what's going on where we're at now, you're going to need $50 million like Birmingham did. You guys are going to have to take the 2 roads, and I just want to bring up the master plan that you brought up. You guys have 2 lanes going one way, 2 lanes going another way. You guys are going to have to create more parking on Kelly Road. Kelly Road's a big issue with parking. As of now, my site, the way it sits, I'll be the first to tell you, with what I'm doing here, it's going to help not only my building, it's going to help the subway building, it's going to help every building there. So what's going on is with the city master plan, you would need to, and I've seen developments like this in Birmingham, Ferndale, Royal Oak, you're going to need to make Kelly Road 1 lane on each way. You're going to need to deal with Detroit on doing that. You're going to create more parking. You guys are looking for high rises, more apartments, more buildings on Kelly Road. Kelly Road, the way it sits right now, cannot sustain what your future development is. And you guys are need $50 million easily. You guys sell a lot of bonds to get that done, you know? So what I'm proposing here is here to help and here to build something new, increase your tax value, and create that turnaround, and create a safe road going down one side. That's what I'm here trying to create. And it's all going to be landscaped properly. If you do look at, and I don't want to bring up the other factors, but if you do look at it, at the plan, you'll see a beautiful landscaping going all the way down Woodside Road. You'll see a beautiful building that we are going to construct. And like I said, when I start investing all this money on Kelly Road, other people will follow. So I really urge you guys to vote yes for the split and move forward with it. I'm not here to take anything away from anybody. I'm here to give. And excuse me, when my son said that's my son, Tom's, descending or this and that, because at the planning meeting, one guy from the planning commission is still stuck in my son's head that said, oh, this is very descending, this is this is that, what you're trying to do. This is done all the time. We've done this all the time. We're trying to get something done, but we're trying to do it the legal way. And this is just a legal process to get to where we want to get. We're not trying to be stuck. And that's what, and I apologize if you took offense to that, but if you record the notes from the last thing, the gentleman that was sitting right here, I forgot his name, said this is very descending what you're trying to do. We're not trying to do nothing descending. We came straight up forward and told you guys what our plans were. And I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure, if this wasn't marijuana related, this would get approved and I'd be out that door in 2 seconds. I'm sorry to say. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak at this public hearing? Then I need a motion to close the public hearing.
Yeah, I just want to make a small comment. I know you just said that if it wasn't marijuana related, this probably wouldn't be going on, but because it's marijuana related, that's why we have that buffer with the daycare. So it does make a difference. If it was if the lot split was for something else, it would.
Okay, sir.
That's fast being said. We're 997 feet away from the daycare. So it's 3 feet. So we're just trying to buffer it. Yeah, it's for 997 feet.
Okay,
I just wanted to
thank you.
make that clear. Thank you.
I need a motion to close this public hearing. If you choose to speak, sir, you need to come up and identify yourself before we close.
No, I don't know the format, but I have an issue. I want to,
Okay, this is a public hearing right now for the lot split.
but
If that's about the lot split,
no,
you're welcome to conversate. If not, you have to hold that to public comment time.
all right, I'll hold it.
Okay, thank you. I need a motion.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll offer the motion to close the public hearing.
Support.
Who support?
I did.
Oh, okay. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of closing the public hearing?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The public hearing is now closed.
Okay, item G2, action on proposed lot split 19550-19554 Kelly Road. Mayor and council, attached is a memorandum from the city clerk submitting a lot split application from Kelly and Woodside LLC, requesting approval to split their lots at 19950 and 19554 Kelly Road to distance their parcel from a daycare to obtain retail marijuana business approval. As her memo states, the planning commission denied the request due to concerns they had and that were outlined in the review letter that our planning consultants prepared, including the site having inadequate access to off-street parking, and by splitting the lots, it would create an unusable parcel. The zoning ordinance requires final approval of the city council on a lot split request, and after review of the application, I concur with the planning commission that this request be denied. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll offer the resolution to deny the lot split request submitted by Mike Dabish on behalf of Kelly and Woodside LLC to pursuant to the Planning Commission's findings and recommendations.
Support.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
I appreciate that these gentlemen want to improve the neighborhood, but it's only a routine lot split if it meets the criteria. It doesn't meet the criteria, so it's not a routine lot split. Well, it doesn't matter what's going in this building, we just can't split the lot. It's not gonna work out.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Frank.
Councilman Jenny,
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Williams,
Yes.
Mayor Kindle,
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
A resolution passes.
Okay, item G3, progress payment number 2, final Beaconsfield water main replacement number 180-266. Mayor and council, attached is a letter from our city engineers transmitting progress payment number 2 on the Beaconsfield water main replacement number 180-266. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, should be a resolution is recommended, not a motion.
I have resolution.
Okay.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
I'll offer the resolution to approve payment to Fontana Construction Incorporated in the amount of $41,050 for progress payment number 2, final, on the Beaconsfield water main replacement number 180-266.
Support.
Okay, discussion? No discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Frank.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Williams,
Yes.
Mayor Kindle,
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Councilman Jenny.
Yes.
A resolution passes.
Okay, item G4, progress payment number 2, storm sewer repairs number 180-314. Mayor and council, attached is a letter from our city engineers transmitting progress payment number 2 on the 2023 storm sewer open cut repairs number 180-314. It is recommended that this payment be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I make the resolution to approve payment to Great Lake Contracting Solutions LLC in the amount of $5,635.40 for progress payment number 2 on the 2023 storm sewer open cut repairs, number 180-314.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call, Mrs. Franks.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle,
Yes.
Councilwoman Costantino.
Yes.
Councilman Jenny.
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
A resolution passes.
Okay, item G5, bid award, City Hall generator. Mayor and council, we recently took bids for the purchase and installation of a backup generator for City Hall and received 6 bids. A backup generator will provide electricity to the entire City Hall complex during a power outage. As the current backup system we have only provides power to our police dispatch and a small amount of lighting in City Hall. As you are aware, we have experienced many power outages in the last several years, and it became necessary for us to seek out additional resources of electricity. We were awarded a financially distressed cities grant from the state of Michigan in the amount of $205,970, and these funds will provide the electricity needs of the city without any funds coming from our general fund. Attached is the engineer's bid summary and his recommendation letter for this project. I have reviewed this and recommend that the bid submitted by Rolls Mechanical be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll make the resolution to accept the proposal from Rolls Mechanical in the amount of $188,813 for the purchase and installation of a backup generator for City Hall utilizing the Financial Distressed Cities, Villages, and Townships grant.
Support.
Any discussion?
Madam Mayor?
No.
Yes.
There's a quick question, and I looked at it a couple of times, and I'm a little confused. On page 70, addendum number 1, it mentions City of East Point. And I wasn't certain if that was just an error, if this is being shown to us for some other reason. I had the impression that maybe it's just an error. It should say City of Harper Woods. But perhaps the city manager can give us some insight to that.
Hey, this,
It's the addendum
yeah,
that
this
follows.
is pretty thick packet here. I don't know how it's numbered on your,
My page 70 overall,
okay.
but for their
John, you want to?
bid form, it's in the Rolls Mechanical bid form.
Brian?
Ryan's gonna get up here and
Okay,
Thank you, Brian.
That is a typo. That should be the city of
Okay.
thank you. I thought maybe there was some reason we were seeing East Point. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, really quick.
Yes.
Hey, one for Ryan, really quick. Have you ever used this company before? Do you know of them?
Brian?
Who won the bid?
I have not worked with them in the past. We did check their references. They've got several references out there. They've done quite a bit of work with Southfield, Saline, Oakland County, several commercial industrial properties. They've been in business for almost 30 years with mechanical, electrical work. They've got all the licensing. Several years of experience with their staff. We did have one staff member here that did, out of the 6 bids we received, 2 of those contractors did come to the site, get a tour of the facility. They were one of the 2 that came, got a tour of the facility. We were pretty impressed with the knowledge that they had. So I think we've got a good contractor here. for this
Thank you.
project.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
There's one other question, and this had to do with the fact that they were not going to be removing the current item, the current generator, and instead the city was going to take care of that and potentially use it, and I wasn't certain.
Yeah, as part of the generator that's currently here now, there's been some talk of possibly taking that over to the Department of Public Works to use
Yeah.
over at their facility. And that more to come on that, but it is stated within their bid there that generator would stay here with the city.
Okay,
And
thank
we,
you.
the city, that transferred over.
Okay.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Go ahead, Richard. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
Okay, my question was on page 2. Because it lists 188,813, but also talks about 10% contingency, which brings the grand total to 207,694.30. But that's not really mentioned in the recommendation. Is that?
Well, that's pretty common, just in case they encounter problems that aren't obvious when they start digging, knocking things down, doing a further detailed inspection. That comes with virtually every contract that we have. There's, I don't want to say it's a little fudge factor, but nobody can hit an estimate right on the money. So they always bid in a little contingency, and that's within a normal range.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
My question is, I was noticing that the completion date would be in August and September 2026. Why so long?
We have until that date to complete the project. It's a 3-year grant. So when we got awarded the grant, we have 3 years to complete the project. We do have, I think the completion date for this project we had stated in there was August of next year.
No,
And it is not, it
26?
is well known that there is a long lead time to get a generator. It's my understanding it could be 6, maybe up to 9 months before that generator actually arrives from today, if you award it today,
Or longer.
maybe longer. If that's the case, we can file an extension of time. But that's why we've got,
2026.
I believe the completion is August of next year, but we actually do have till September 26th to complete the project under the grant.
Okay, yeah, because I did see it was August 31st, 2026 to 9/16/2024. Did I read that right?
That should be August 31 of 24. Should be substantial completion, September 16th of 24.
Okay, I read the difference, but let me find where I found my mistake. Okay, thank you.
Is there any further discussion?
Madam Mayor, I assume this is going to be really similar to the one that's, I don't know, the one that's behind City Hall in Grosse Pointe Woods. It's a large unit, surprisingly quiet when it's actually on, not as loud as like a household generator, it seems.
Yeah, it's gonna be running natural gas, not diesel, so it would be a quieter generator. I'm not familiar with what's at Grosse Pointe Woods, but it probably is similar. I'm sure it doesn't power the entire facility or close to it.
Any further questions? Okay, roll call vote, Mrs. Green.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Councilwoman Constantino.
Yes.
Councilman Jenny.
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Okay, item G6, progress payment, Beaconsfield resurfacing project. Mayor and council, attaches a memorandum from the Director of Public Works transmitting an invoice from the Michigan Department of Transportation for the city's portion of the Beaconsfield resurfacing project Phase 2. As you recall, this MDOT project requires a match from the city, and this invoice represents a portion of that cost. I have reviewed this and recommend that this invoice be approved. Mayor, a resolution is recommended.
I need a resolution?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
make the resolution to approve the payment to the Michigan Department of Transportation in the amount of $10,926.69 for the city's proportionate share of the Beaconsfield resurfacing project Phase 2.
Support.
Any discussion? Roll call vote, Mrs. Green.
Sorry. Mayor Pro Tem Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Kindle.
Yes.
Councilwoman Constantino.
Yes.
Councilman Jenny.
Yes.
Councilwoman LaPrat.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sawicki.
Yes.
Councilman Tucson.
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes.
And Mayor, that concludes the city manager's reports.
All right. At that point, we'll call the audience and you have 3 minutes to get up and say what you need to say.
Good evening. My name is Hila Hakim. I live on Little Stone Road.
Yeah.
Recent events have caused me to question a number of things. Some major areas of concern are transparency and the accuracy of information
Madam Mayor, I can't hear her.
provided by public.
You have to be louder.
By now.
Provided to the public, okay? Recent events have caused me to question a number of things. Some major areas of concern are transparency and accuracy of information being provided to the public, and perhaps to City Council as well. In connection with cannabis, everyone kept hearing about a case before Judge County. A lot of things were said by a lot of people, but details were not provided. When this case was brought up to me in the context of the charter, I decided to go to the court and get the facts. What I found contradicts what the public's been told. The case arose from a ballot initiative for medical marijuana, which the city clerk erroneously certified had enough signatures. She then decertified the number of signatures and had it taken off the ballot. Flip-flopping on the certification is what triggered the lawsuit. By her own account, the city clerk used the wrong statute to calculate the number of signatures needed. The correct statute actually required more signatures. Given the facts, I'm puzzled by the city attorney's statement on August 14th when she said, "My law firm, along with Leslie Frank, fought tooth and nail and got to the circuit court. Thankfully, Judge Kenny, who knows election law quite well, heard our case and dismissed their ballot because it was so poorly drafted." This is misleading. The case was initiated in circuit court by opposing counsel and realistically would not have been filed at all if the city clerk had done things correctly to begin with. Furthermore, the case was dismissed for far more complex reasons than indicated by the city attorney. There were also not as many signatures as we were led to believe. At one point, over 3,000 signatures were mentioned. In truth, there were 1,170 signatures. Only 325 were verified. And I believe the city council is trying to do what's best for our community. A part of me is wondering if the council has been making decisions based on incorrect information. In any event, it would be prudent to put into place steps to ensure that the scenario does not reoccur. Madam Mayor, if I can approach, I've got some backup materials.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak?
Just quickly on the part of transparency, when you have something proposed to you, like for building code, stuff like that, where can we find that online or with you or something like that to look at the actual proposal ahead of time? And I was looking to see if there's anything online, and I did not find anything on the proposal besides the wording, but not the actual layout of something that's going to be done, let's say in the city for a marijuana dispensary, just the changing of the building, the outlay of the building. The actual drawings are not there. Are these drawings available yet, or just going by, you know, what they're saying?
Well, that's what the planning commission, right?
But I'm not finding them anywhere. You know what I mean? Like on Harper, all I see is it's for just nothing there. You know what I mean? For anything in the way of a proposal, the actual layout, the actual drawings of the building that they're proposing. None of it's available to the general public that I can find. You know, if you know. Thank you.
Fair question, but yeah, that's generally the way it's handled through a public hearing.
Okay.
I mean, through planning commission.
Okay.
They have.
So it's not, yeah, so it's not available to the public?
No, it's not available to the public yet.
It hasn't been approved in any way.
Okay, right, it hasn't been approved.
I hope I'm at this the right time. Okay, so I was here before last month, 2 months ago. I got a problem with the water department. Okay, so they've been sending me these high water bills. Last summer, I've been complaining about it coming down here. Finally, they came and took the meter out of the house. My water bills went down to normal. Now they still trying to tell me that I got to pay for these water bills that I didn't use the water for. And so, okay, this is the thing. Now, when they took the water meter out of my house, okay, so I would expect for them to check the meter. So when I came here last month and I talked to the lady over here and they called me back, they told me, okay, they took the meter out of the house. I was supposed to tell them to check the meter. Ain't no way I would have knew to tell them to check the meter. So, okay. So I said, Okay, well, check the meter. They told me they lost the meter. But they still billing me like $1,000 for 3 months worth of water. I'm a single person living by myself. My water bill is $50, $50 to $60 current a month. For 3 months, they sent me two $300 bills and one $500 bill. That's $1,100 in 3 months for one person's water. I'm just trying to come up with a solution on how to get this off of my utility bills. Can somebody please help me?
Someone will speak with you after the meeting.
Yeah.
Thank you. Whoever. If you're next, come on. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Christine Aboud, and I've been a resident here for 43 years. And I've never been to a city council meeting because I've never really had any complaints. But I have complaints. And the first complaint, I have two. And the first complaint are that I had just recently heard about the marijuana dispensaries that you want to put in this community. I'm a retired Detroit teacher, and I taught in Detroit for 4 decades. White boy Rick was one of our students, and he was an excellent science student. Unfortunately, he went down to the wayside because he got involved in the same marijuana business that his father was in. You need to watch television. You need to read books. You need to be educated to the fact that marijuana, although they're calling it recreational, that's to sell it to you and make you think you're doing something good. Marijuana is not something good. Marijuana is an addictive drug. We are well versed as teachers because we have to have trained eyes to look at students that come in, high school students, and everything else, and we are trained. And mostly the people who are attracted to marijuana are people with mental issues who need to cover up and mask their problems with the marijuana that puts them into a different plane. They become non-functional, they become addictive to the drug, and the drug businesses will simply get you hooked on higher level addiction drugs to come back and come back. And then you become so addicted to it that your life depends on it. So what do you do if you don't have the money? You do what happened to me last Saturday and you steal a car. 12 houses from here, my car was stolen off my driveway. I just came from the yard about a few hours ago to see what was left of it. The cars that are being stolen in Harper Woods is astronomical. I did a little research. My police officer assigned to me said 6 other cars were stolen within 2 days. So you're talking about, you've got a ring going around here because you have a certain car being stolen, Jeeps, you have IKEAs, certain cars that are being stolen. They know how to go through the computer system and get the information to steal your car. There was never an alarm that went off or anything else. So you have sophisticated people coming into Harper Woods because nobody is looking out. And what you're going to get is the marijuana population because they need desperate money to come into these shops that are proposed being built.
Thank you, ma'am, for your.
Okay. And my position is that it needs to stop and you have to think about the outcome. And if you want your cars stolen so they can get quick cash to get these drugs that are going to be right here, it's going to happen. It will happen. Thank you.
Good evening. I sympathize with what everybody's concerns were, you know, and I really sympathize what you're going through. But my name is Reginald Tabron. I'm a school board member, and on behalf of the school board members that are here, we would like to congratulate our Harper Woods High School team for being Division IV champions. So let's give them a round of applause. This is their first time winning Division championship, and they defeated Grand Rapids South Christian 33-27. And also, I would like to acknowledge our middle school Triumph robotics team. They had a competition this past, I think, yesterday at University of Liggett. So let's give them a round of applause. And you know, I hear we all know that there's some good and bad things going on in Harper Woods, but we need to also acknowledge the good in our community, because you know we need that to, you know, level things out and make us feel that we are accomplishing something in this city. So that's the reason why I came up, and I made a point to come last, hopefully, to give a good note that we are doing great things in Harper Woods, and that's all I have to say. Oh, pickleball on Wednesdays. So if you'd like to play pickleball, please come on out at Beacon.
Beacon's
At what time? 6 o'clock. So we're doing great things, and we're gonna always have good things going on in Harper Woods. Even though we have some other issues, we always gonna have some good things going on in this city as well. Thank you.
Mr. Tabor, just to remind you that we will be having a planning meeting because we would like to do a parade for our state champion.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. I heard that's gonna be in January.
In the planning.
That's something in the planning. So again, you know, we're gonna have a parade for our Division IV champions.
And not only that, but we are also featuring the football team, the whole crew, on the calendar that'll be coming out for every resident.
That's great. That's great. That's what I like to hear. All right.
This is really a first where that Harper Woods has never before won the state championship.
That's right. This is our first.
In the regional.
That's right.
And so this is really a big
Accomplishment. Yeah.
accomplishment, and we really congratulate them.
Yep.
Therefore, we're planning with Dr. McGee, and we will let you know. We originally were starting off for December 15th,
Okay.
but it was too close for us to get the floats and everything that we wanted. So now we're planning it for January.
Okay. Thank you. And just to let you know that you know, next year that everybody's gonna be coming after us, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right.
Hello, my name is Eli Karam. I'm a resident of St. Clair Shores, 22918 Sunnyside Street. I'm a little concerned about the marijuana program and how you guys are selecting applicants. Right now, it's basically we had to run a foot race to position ourselves in line. So is the city looking for applicants that are going to benefit the city, or are they looking for applicants who are the most athletic? I'm just very confused on this whole process. And, you know, we've been doing this for 2 years now, and rules changed, and, you know, it's been a very discouraging process, and we'd like clarity before the December 20th meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Jim?
How you doing? Just wanted to add about the state champion thing. How come we don't have something on the banner over here about what the city highlights? Just saying that state champions.
I thought
I didn't see it. I walk every morning. I haven't seen anything. Just
It's on the website, and
just want to real minor. Just if something we could put over here with the different postings on the electric billboards, just to highlight it.
Yeah.
On the electronic.
The electronic billboards right here, and then the one on 8 Mile. Up here.
That's all. It's not mine.
Oh, okay. She wasn't here last week.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
So we have a small crew that does the whole lot. So she'll get through it.
Definitely not enough, so.
Not enough.
Nope.
Okay.
Good evening, council. Hopefully everybody had a good gobble. I'm kind of here tonight to echo on Mrs. Aboud. On Roscommon itself, there have been, I believe, 3 or 4 steering wheels at night stolen, quite a bit. And it seems to be more at night. One of the ladies is someone that I do lawn for, and she's just now supposed to go back to work for Blue Cross because they ended their strike, and her car got broken into in the steering wheel. And it seems to be Malibus that I guess are being stolen or the other. The other thing I'd like to see is possibly an ordinance looked at. On my street alone, we've been having a lot of police officers show up for domestic violence. And most of the ones that are showing up to the houses are rental properties. And that's as far as I'm concerned, that's a drain on our police department when they could be somewhere else performing services other than having to come in and answer domestic violence, which puts them in dire straits also. And I'd like to see an ordinance where if it's a rental property of some kind, that if our officers coming out there a certain amount of times, and I don't know if that can be done or not, but that the landlord has to be notified and that asks them to be removed from the city.
Okay. Is there anyone who wish to speak? Yes, Mr.
Hello, Larry Hakeem, Littlestone. I went to a board meeting, what do they call that, the multi-city GWL, Great Lakes Water Authority meeting the other day. It was interesting, but it got me thinking about 2 things. Number one, has Harper Woods, what's the effect of the money that us and all the other cities have been taxed to pay for the defunct Highland Park water bills since the state has nullified, zeroed out their balance? You know, at what point do we find out when and how much money we're going to save because now we don't have to pay Highland Park's bills anymore? And second, it got me thinking about Eastland and all the talk we did, even on the planning commission, about the amount of water that was going to be collected in the catch basins. And I know this is early on Eastland, but at what point will we see any kind of a savings on what we're paying to dump water into the Milk River? Because that was a big sale pitch, part of the big sale pitch for Eastland back when we did it. And I know it's early, but I know the catch basins are operating, and I know the cement's gone. So, you know, probably going to take 6 months or a year, but I just want to know if anybody's paying attention to that or when we'll find out. You know, obviously we bleed a lot of money, we spend a lot of money, we pay a lot of money for a lot of things. And I think those 2 things in themselves would probably be a great savings to Harper Wood. So I don't know if I should talk to the water department, whoever, but I just made me think about it when I went to that meeting the other day. It was pretty interesting.
It will be a great savings to us.
Okay.
Eastland, and that's why they've made those catch basins.
Right.
And
Maybe we save enough, buy everybody ice cream cone.
as John has spoke before about that, eventually they will have to readjust the amount of money that we pay because we would not be based on the same footage and amount of water that drains off of cement.
Right.
So that's why. So they will be making adjustment now. Exactly when? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that'll take a while. But we shouldn't take that long to find out
We will-
from the state regarding the Highland Park situation.
That we're a small, I want to say, system on a big system.
Yeah.
So we do get notified, you know, there's a formal process that they go through and eventually the bills get adjusted. And just like the Milk River situation, we have to wait until everything is fully built out.
Right.
And there's a reliability, you know, you can do a study
Okay.
and then you will have, you know, rate adjustments at
Okay.
that point. But that's a ways out. That's
Yeah, I
not
figured it'd
today
be
or
out.
tomorrow or anything like that.
No.
Yeah.
Like I said, that meeting just made me think about those two things. So thank you, council.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who has anything to say? Okay, starting with you, Councilwoman Constantino.
I just wanted to mention that on the 8th of December at the AMVETS Hall from 12 to 2, they're having a veterans luncheon.
Mr. Toussaint?
Oh, yes. I had the opportunity, and Councilwoman Zawicki was there, and I'm going to say Pies, and LaPratt was there also at the canine dinner, pasta dinner. In fact, the food was pretty good. It was over at the church in Harper Woods, and I'm not sure if they made more money than they did last year, but it looked like it from the order that they should be. Another thing I wanted to comment, which is always a real sensitive issue too, is was brought about car thefts. One of the things when I first moved to, and believe me, I had my share of those. When I moved to Harper Woods, I was very pleased that every home came with a garage, and most of the time a 2-car garage. Then what I get, and garages were created and designed to house and protect your automobile. That's the whole purpose of them. But now many of us have decided that we want to use it for other things. And most of the store, what many would consider junk, and keep your most valuable possession on the street. And then you want to get upset that somebody steals your car or make that kind of thing, but you're not using the tool that you have there to protect your automobile. So anyway, that's just my whole comment on it. And so kind of keep that in mind too when we get upset with our police department that we aren't using our own garages to protect our own cars. Otherwise, that's all. I'm hoping everybody has a Merry Christmas.
Okay, comment, I guess I should start by backing up what Mr. Toussaint said about garages. But one of the things that I've been reading a lot about is that certain cars are targeted because they're easy to break into. And those include Kias. I guess there are even some online videos showing how to break into a Kia. My son has a Kia. Jeeps also tend to be a little easier to break into. I don't remember the third one. Anyway, what many police departments are recommending is the use of the club. If you have to park on the street, to use a club, because that can at least reduce or increase the amount of time it takes for a theft to occur. But yes, garages are the number one thing to do. Yeah, also, I'm told that you can talk to the dealership because there are some fixes that a dealership can do to a vehicle that would make it less enticing or less available to theft. So that also might be something to look into. But that's happening everywhere because there have been kids, online promotions for teenagers to break into Kias to show their, prowess. And so these kinds of ridiculous challenges really are prompting a lot of the theft that's going on. It's not necessarily dealing with drugs in any way, but it's dealing a lot with these challenges that kids are enticed to do. So there's that. that issue. I wanted to also mention that the state championship game, for those of you that were there, and we had quite a nice turnout from our community. The state championship game was fabulous. My husband, who was somewhat reluctant to go to a high school football game, walked away and said that is the most exciting game that he's ever sat through. And he's a Michigan State University grad when state was doing really well. Not this year, but anyway, so that really was an exciting game, and I was so happy that we were there. Finally, I wanted to make a little thank you. I noticed that in our council packet, a librarian board member has resigned for personal reasons, but I wanted to say a little thank you to Veronica Salcioli. I think that's how she says her name, for her service to the library, and to know that, if you are interested in service to the community, there are a number of boards and commissions, as well as the library board, that you might be interested in volunteering for. So all of that information is on our website, or you can contact the city clerk. She might be able to tell you what positions are available. That's it for me.
All right. Tom?
Just a couple of quick things. Thank DPW for a very successful quote unquote leaf season. And I just saw them today. They're out working really hard on Old 8 Mile, another water main break. So just keep them in your minds that they're out there doing what they can do all the time for you. That's it.
Oh, I just want to reiterate the high school Latin championship. Some of us went, and we got to hear Councilperson Zawicki in her best teacher voice, who led quite a few cheers. It was a really, really fun event, and we're really proud of our pioneers. We're starting the holiday season. I know that this isn't, always the happiest time for people. You can, I suggest that the Family Center has a lot of programs, and you can reach out to them for good and maybe some, good mental health, and if you're struggling. So we're starting the holiday season. I would like to wish everyone Hanukkah starts this Thursday at sundown. And so that'll be the first holiday that we're starting here in December. So that's it.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Just a couple of things. I'm an educator, so I'm really always happy to hear great things that our students are doing. So congratulations to the middle school, Triumph Middle School, for the robotics team. And definitely congratulations. I was very proud of Harper Woods High School football team, Pioneers, winning the state champions. And every time I clicked on Facebook, it's like they celebrated all week long. So very pleased. So congratulations to them. And also congratulations to the coach, Rod Odom. He's been named Division IV Coach of the Year.
He did win. He did win that. He did win. I know I voted.
I voted it out. Yes. You could vote every hour or something like that.
Right.
At family, yes. On a personal note, Coach Odom's children were, my sister did their daycare in Southfield. So the little boy now, this football player, was once a little kid running around my sister's daycare. Little did I know, but it was an awesome game. Watched a few games there, and it's exciting to the very end. This one was right to the bitter, and it was exciting as any football game that I've ever been to. So congratulations, and we will show the football team and school how much we appreciate them bringing this honor to the city of Harper Woods. So look for postings and finding exactly, but it's going to be sometime in January. I know it'll be cold, but we can snuggle up for a moment to honor these young people. Also, there is a Wayne County Health Department mobile unit that should be in effect today, and that you can call for mental health. Well, and they will come to you. It's a mobile mental health where two people are operating that. So as you may or may not know, that you know the crisis of mental health is something our police cannot handle. It has to be a trained professional. It should be a trained professional to do these. So it's a pilot program. It's based mainly in Detroit, but it is Wayne County. So they have to be accessible to us here in Harper Woods as well. So I think the 211 or will be able to give you, if as soon as I find the exact number, I'll share it with you, Leslie, to share. I'll find out, but it's through Wayne County Health Department, Wayne County Health Department. So that includes us. So I'm not going to allow them to navigate us out of it, and primarily in Detroit. No, if it's a Wayne County project, then we want our parts of it too. So I will make sure I get that number and share it with everybody in with our clerk. And as I said, we will be giving notifications about when the parade will be. And I want to thank everyone that participated and helped us with Goodfellows, which was last Monday. Of course, I always have extra papers, but we will be once again, the Lions Club will be once again providing Goodfellow food and toys for needy families in the Harper Woods, Grosse Pointe area. So if you know of any families, or you know of anyone, please call City Hall number and just leave a message for, I hate to overburden them, but just leave a message and I'll get back with you, because we don't have a number either for the Lions Club. We are all volunteer as well. But I just want to make sure that during this holiday season that we remember the reason for the season. It's about Jesus, and it's about giving, and it's about caring and showing your kindness to each and every one. And that includes yourselves and your neighbors. Yeah. So see you guys later. And Mr.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make the motion for adjournment. Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.